Ready, Joe?
Lucia is preparing. We're live.
Okay. All right, Tim. Guess we're
Good
ready.
morning, everyone, or afternoon. So Ralph, very easy for me to do. I'm going to turn over the agenda to you. And,
Okay.
let's work our way through it.
Okay. Brenda, is that okay with you too to move forward here?
Yeah, that's fine. Where do we start with our pledge?
Yep.
Yeah, and we bring our meeting to order too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do the order first, Brenda?
Yeah, so we'll bring this meeting to order.
I'd like to do that. Thanks, Brenda, for the help.
You're welcome.
Pledge allegiance
To the
flag of the
United States of America,
and to the
and the
republic
republic which stands one nation
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
justice for all.
for all. Great.
Okay. Want me to take roll call then?
Sure.
Kevin McDonough is excused. Charlie, I didn't hear from him, so maybe he'll be coming in a little later. Tim O'Brien,
Here.
Aaron Whitney,
Present.
and Jack McNulty.
Present.
The next one would be the opportunity for the public to address the board on agenda items only. The public had until 9 o'clock this morning to submit anything, and I did not receive anything.
So Ralph, is that good or bad that no one has any input?
Well, I guess they're
and when a lot of the virtuals, we haven't. Our land bank, I don't think we've had one in quite some time. So
no.
it's out there for the public if they do have any questions. But we haven't received anything. Right, Ralph?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you want me to proceed, Tim?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, the next on the agenda would be the presentation of the minutes for approval. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a
motion. Jack
Jack, make a motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
I'll learn the role by the end of it, Brenda.
Aye.
Aye.
The next one on the agenda is the presentation of vouchers for examination and approval. These
Okay.
are from March 9th, 2023 through September 13th, 2023. And there is a copy of everything that went out during that time. And it was through Taylor One LLC for the TIF project.
You know what I can do, Ralph? I know I'm going to speak to this on discussion, but I might as well jump in now.
Sure.
So this is for our Taylor TIF that we are administrating through Taylor One LLC. So we had collected the taxes from the county and from the municipality in Taylor. We had spoken to Katie, and we opened a separate account just for the TIF. To release this payment back to the developer because they had self-funded. So these two payments were money that came in and to us and that we redistributed back to the TIF.
Okay.
And then just to point, we are still waiting on the school district who owes us $119,724.38. In taxes. That was passed by legislation that they agreed to participate. I've asked Katie to send a letter to them requesting those funds again officially because we have yet to receive that funding. And once we do receive that funding, we out of that $119,000, we the Redevelopment Authority will take our last payment out of the $138,000 in administration of 48,573. So that's due to our redevelopment authority. Once we receive that, we'll retain that. And then the remaining funds will go to the developer.
So, just a mechanical question. So have we documentation that shows that the developer has put all the money into the project? Do we have formal documentation to that impact?
Yes. Yes. We've been working with them actually since 2015. It went live in 2018, and then they had some delays through COVID, but Ralph and I and Katie have gone through all the receipts and details and all of the information
Great.
Related to the infrastructure. So I think we had approved that, Katie, was that I wasn't at the last meeting, it was probably the prior meeting that, we had reviewed and we agreed upon them self-funding and that the infrastructure was being developed.
Yes.
And they have signed a document saying what we know from, I mean, there's some document they signed saying that they're attesting to the effect that they spent all the money as they were supposed to in order to get reimbursed. Is there any type of document that they've signed that says that?
I believe so, Katie. I think we have that in our records.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And then actually they had spent above and beyond the amount that was allotted for the TIF. So
Great.
they spent more. They were only allowed up to I believe it was 3.8. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
3.8. And they had, I believe they had spent maybe like 4.3.
great. I know you guys
Okay.
have done a good job managing this because TIFs are very, very complicated and stressful.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking the questions, because I've had some involved. So do you need a motion to approve this?
They need a motion to, Tim, a motion to approve the vouchers.
Based upon all the information we've been given, I would make a motion that we do.
I would second it, Jack McNulty.
And if you don't mind, I'll, if appropriate, put some notes in the memo, the minutes that, that Brenda and team did a great job managing this and keeping it in compliance with the regulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Putting that in, Brenda, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, because you have.
Thank you very much.
Okay. The next ones would be the discussion items, and I believe, Brenda, do you want to elaborate any more on, or we covered?
No, I think we're good with the TIF update.
Okay, the next one would be the schedule of next year's meetings. Did we want to keep them the way they are, which would be, next one would be March, June, September, and December at 1 o'clock on the second Wednesday of every month. If that's good with everyone, we can advertise accordingly.
It's up to you guys. We're good with it. We are, right, Jack?
It's okay with me.
Aaron? Yeah.
Yes, it's fine with me.
Okay. So what we usually do is advertise that we'll put the ad in the paper about they could be in person or they could be virtual, and we will have the information on our website whether they are in person or virtual, and that would be in the ad.
Great.
Okay. The next one would be the 2023 year-end audit. The last couple of years, we know that we've used the same auditor, Joe Alou and Associates, and we've never had any issues. I haven't reached out to him yet because I'm waiting for the board to give me the okay to get some prices off him, to get the cost off him. And once I get that, I would send that out to the board and for their approval. I mean, the next meeting isn't until March, but if we get tentative approval by way of email, we could give them the go ahead if the cost is right with the board.
Oh, Ralph, are you looking for a motion?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So not at all. I mean, his pricing is unbelievably reasonable.
Yeah.
He's a great CPA. So I would make a motion.
to reach out to
Yeah.
Joe Alou for a cost for the year-end audit. Okay.
I'd second it. Experience with Joe Alou has been, he's always been upfront, very honest, and very
Big time.
dependable.
So, do you have to get back to us, or can you just use this to proceed?
Well, I will get back. I would like you on the board to know what the cost would be prior to, okay?
Yep. Okay.
There really isn't any action items for this meeting. There's no resolutions to act on, so we'll go right on again to the opportunity for the public to address the board. And again, the public had until 9 o'clock this morning to send anything in, and I did not receive anything.
Well, next time I have my granddaughter send something in for Jack.
Okay, so okay. And after that, the next one would be the open discussion items. If the board has anything they'd like to talk about.
I have a couple, but I'll defer to the end. Whoever wants to talk first.
If the board members don't have anything at this moment, I just wanted to make note that our office, the Planning and Economic Development Office, we had applied for an ARC grant with the help of NEPA Alliance for a comprehensive economic development plan for Montage Mountain. And we were successful. So we just went out for RFPs for consultants to do that feasibility plan for us and study. And we did receive 3 proposals. So we will be reviewing that and then moving forward. As we know, the landscape on Montage Mountain has changed dramatically from when it was originally developed in the 80s. And there's additional needs, and a lot of them are around infrastructure, and in addition with development that's happening on the top of the mountain with the new hotel. So just wanted to point that out, and I think it'll be a great study and a great benefit to the mountain and to Lackawanna County.
Great.
That was all I had.
So I do have a couple of really easy items. So for the train, I think at this point it's looking pretty good.
Yes.
Do we play any role in that or no?
So we did originally, this office, for our planning side, we were involved with meeting with Larry Malsky and the Railroad Authority. We meet almost monthly to kind of continue to be pushing that forward. Since it's kind of moved to this next level, that group we've not met because our push is different now, clearly. So since we've moved to that next step, but I do believe that next Tuesday night at Kalahari there is a big rally supporting this next step towards the train actually coming to fruition. So I think there's I think the Visitors Bureau in Stroudsburg, but I can send that around to everyone with the invite because the more support we have to show that we are 100% for the train will help.
Yeah, Brenda, I'm on the NEPA board and was, involved with as it moved along, and I was with the congressman the other night. And that information, on Kalahari, if you could get to the board members and if they're interested, it certainly is going to be quite a thing to see. And all that track is in and everything is really, if it didn't happen now with the president and the congressman, it wouldn't happen. So it's really, it was delayed a couple months before it got to this point. But everything now looks like it's a go.
That's great. I hear the same thing, Jack. I think, I don't know whether Dan or somebody mentioned that to me. That's great.
Yeah, very exciting.
So Brenda, the other thing is, I know you shy away from this, and if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I personally would love to see an ad in the newspaper for the holidays with you and your team's picture, just outlining some of the big things you've done. Obviously, COVID. I don't know what the right adjective to talk about COVID is, but you truly made difference. A lot of people would not be in business without the role of you folks. So just in my opinion, a very simple put in the paper of you and your team's picture and just putting some of the highlights. I really, really, we got to begin to feel more happy with ourselves.
Yes.
And so would you be willing to do that? If you won't, that's fine. But
I need to just double check on the funding resources that we have available for that. But no, I think it's a wonderful idea.
I
We
think
are
we,
open for
if you,
business. Really.
$400 or $500, we'll amongst the board, we'll figure out a way to cover that. And it's not going to be even that much, but if we will.
Okay. All right. I will look into it and get back to you. Thank you.
Jack and everybody else on the phone okay with that, or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, they're liable to do it if, as a public service thing. Of course,
yeah.
we did have friends there at one time in the newspaper, but that's diminished a little bit.
Brenda, I don't remember the name of the individual that you helped get them some money. And I think Ralph also, maybe others in the restaurant business as a result of COVID. And I just happen to run across that person, and they'd be out of business without the help. They really would.
A lot of businesses were struggling, and unfortunately, could have shut their doors permanently, especially towards that one Christmas where everything got shut down from I think around this time till the end of the year. So
Brenda, the money is, I don't think the money is more than a few $100 or maybe nothing, but don't worry about that. We'll figure that out.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you for your support and the board's support as always. So thank you.
Okay.
What else?
Well, I don't think there's anything else unless some of the board has anything else to discuss.
Everybody enjoy your holidays.
Happy
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
You make a motion to adjourn, Tim?
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. Great holiday.
You too.
You too, Katie.